Hi, I'm Paul. 3 months ago, I bought a 2019 Honda Accord with my own money, 42,000 miles, clean title, the whole works. I'd saved for 2 years working overtime at the warehouse, and that car represented every drop of sweat I'd put into building something for myself. My girlfriend at the time, Jessica, seemed excited for me. "Babe, this is amazing," she'd said, running her hand along the hood. "You actually did it." "Yeah, finally got my own ride," I replied, grinning like an idiot. "No more borrowing my brother's truck. Can I drive it sometime?" "Of course. Just ask first, you know?" She'd smiled at me then, that sweet smile that made me think we had something real. We'd been together 8 months, and I genuinely believed she was the one. She'd moved into my apartment after losing her job, and I didn't mind covering expenses while she figured things out. My best friend Marcus had his doubts from the start. "Man, I don't know about Jessica," he'd told me one evening when she was out. "She's always talking about what you have, not who you are." "You're being paranoid," I'd said. "She's just going through a rough patch." "A rough patch that's lasted 6 months? Paul, she hasn't applied to a single job since moving in." "She's looking. It's tough out there." Marcus had shaken his head but dropped it. I wish I'd listened. Last week, I came home from my shift to find Jessica on the phone, speaking in hushed tones. When she saw me, she quickly hung up. "Who was that?" I asked. "Nobody. Just my mom." "Your mom? You never call your mom." "Well, I did today. Is that okay with you?" Her tone had an edge I hadn't heard before. "Yeah, sure. Whatever." Things got weirder over the next few days. She kept asking about the car's paperwork. "Where do you keep the title?" she'd asked during dinner. "In my filing cabinet. Why?" "Just curious. What if something happened to it?" "Nothing's going to happen to it. Why would you even ask that?" "God, Paul, I'm just making conversation. You're so paranoid." But I wasn't paranoid. I was right to be concerned. Yesterday, my brother Mike called me at work, his voice urgent. "Paul, you need to get home, now." "What's wrong?" "Jessica's loading stuff into your car, like everything. Clothes, your laptop, even some of your furniture." "What? Is she moving out?" "I don't think she's moving out, man. I think she's moving out with your stuff and your car." I left work immediately, my heart pounding. When I pulled up in Mike's truck, Jessica was indeed loading boxes into my Honda. Her friend Tanya was helping her. "Jessica, what the hell are you doing?" She turned, not even looking guilty. "I'm leaving you." "Okay, fine, but why are you taking my car?" "It's our car. We're a couple. Community property." "We're not married." "That's my car. I bought it before you even moved in." Tanya stepped forward. "She's been helping with expenses. She deserves something." "She hasn't paid a single bill in 6 months, I shouted. "Mike, you're witnessing this, right?" "Every word, brother," Mike confirmed, already recording on his phone. Jessica's face hardened. "You're really going to be like this? After everything I've done for you?" "Done for me? Like what exactly?" That's when I knew. This was going to get worse before it got better. The next morning, I went to Marcus's place to figure out my next move. "She actually tried to steal your car?" Marcus asked, shaking his head in disbelief. "She's claiming it's half hers. Said we were a couple, so community property applies. You're not married. That's not how it works. I know that. You know that. Jessica apparently thinks she can just make up laws." Marcus leaned back. "Where's she now?" "Still at my apartment. She's refusing to leave, says she has tenant rights." "Does she pay rent?" "No. I've been covering everything." "Then she's not a tenant. She's a guest who's overstayed her welcome." My phone buzzed. It was my coworker, Dana. "Hey, Paul." Her voice came through. "I heard what happened. Jessica called me asking if I'd testify that you promised her the car." "What? I never said that." "I know. That's why I'm calling you. She's trying to get people to lie for her. She called 3 of our coworkers already." "Who else?" "Tommy and Rachel. Tommy told her to get lost. Rachel actually seemed like she might consider it." "Rachel? Why would she help Jessica?" "They went to high school together. Jessica's spinning this whole story about how you're controlling and abusive and she needs to escape." I felt sick. "She's telling people I'm abusive?" "Yeah, she's building a narrative. You need to protect yourself." After hanging up, I called my landlord, Mr. Chen. "Mr. Chen, I need to talk to you about Jessica." "Ah, Paul. She actually called me yesterday," he said. "Told me she's on the lease." "She's not on the lease. Did you check?" "I did. I told her she's not listed anywhere. She got very angry with me. She's trying to steal my car and claim she lives there legally." "Paul, I like you. You pay on time, you're respectful, but I cannot have this drama. You need to resolve this or I may have to reconsider our arrangement." "I understand. I'm handling it. That evening, I met with Mike and Marcus at a diner to strategize. You've got the title in your name, right? Mike asked. Yes, solely in my name. Bill of sale. Everything. Then it's simple. She has no legal claim. Marcus drummed his fingers on the table. It's not that simple if she's spreading lies about you. You need to document everything. I've got Mike's video from yesterday. That's good, but you need more. What about texts, emails? I pulled out my phone and started scrolling. Look at this. 2 weeks ago, she texted me. Thanks for letting me borrow the car. That proves she knew it was mine. Perfect, save all of that. A waitress came by and Mike ordered coffee for all of us. After she left, I continued. Here's another one. Can I take your car to see Tanya? She's literally asking permission. That's not how you treat community property. Marcus nodded. You've got a solid case. But what about her claims that you're abusive? That could get ugly. It's complete fiction. I've never touched her in anger. Never even raised my voice until yesterday. Can you prove that? I don't know how to prove a negative. Mike interjected. What about your neighbors? They'd know if there was fighting or screaming. Mrs. Rodriguez next door. We're friendly. I help her carry groceries sometimes. Talk to her. Get a statement if possible. The next day, I knocked on Mrs. Rodriguez's door. Paul, how are you? She greeted warmly. Hi, Mrs. Rodriguez. I need to ask you something important. Have you ever heard me and Jessica fighting? Her expression became serious. Is everything okay? Jessica and I broke up. She's making some claims about me that aren't true. I'm trying to document what actually happened. I see. Well, to be honest, I've never heard fighting from your apartment. Sometimes I hear her yelling, but never you yelling back. She seems intense. Would you be willing to write that down? Just a simple statement? Of course, dear. I don't like seeing good people accused of things they didn't do. 2 days later, Jessica finally agreed to meet me at the apartment to discuss things civilly. I arrived with Marcus as a witness and found Jessica there with Tanya and another friend I didn't recognize. You brought backup? Jessica scoffed. You brought 2 people. I brought 1. And yes, I want witnesses for whatever you're about to say. She crossed her arms. Fine. Let's talk about the car situation. There's no situation. It's my car. The title's in my name. I have the bill of sale, and I have texts from you asking to borrow it. Those texts don't mean anything. You let me drive it all the time. Because you asked permission, that's the whole point. Tanya stepped in. Jessica contributed to this relationship. She deserves compensation. Marcus laughed. Compensation for what? She hasn't paid rent, utilities, or groceries in 6 months. She provided emotional support, Tanya shot back. That's not a legal currency, I replied. Jessica, this is ridiculous. Just admit you have no claim to my car and move on. Jessica's expression shifted, becoming softer. Paul, please, can we talk alone? No. Whatever you have to say, you can say in front of everyone. Fine. She took a breath. I'm sorry, okay? I've been stressed and not thinking clearly. I felt like you owed me something after all we've been through. I don't owe you my car. Can't we work this out? We were good together. We can be good again. No, Jessica, we're done, and you're not getting my car. Her soft expression vanished instantly. You're really going to do this? You're going to throw me out with nothing? You came into this relationship with nothing. You're leaving with nothing. That's fair. Fair, fair, her voice rose sharply. I wasted 8 months on you. You lived rent-free for 6 of those months. I'd say you made out pretty well. She grabbed a vase from the table and hurled it at the wall near my head. It shattered, spraying ceramic shards across the room. You're going to regret this, she screamed. I'll make your life hell. Marcus immediately pulled out his phone. That's assault. I'm calling the police. You wouldn't dare, Jessica hissed. Watch me. He dialed 911. Jessica's eyes widened with panic. Wait, no. Yes, you just committed assault with a deadly weapon in front of 3 witnesses. You're done. Tanya grabbed Jessica's arm. We need to leave. Now. I'm not going anywhere, Jessica shouted, but her voice cracked with fear. Within minutes, 2 police officers arrived. Officer Patterson and Officer Kim listened as Marcus, the unidentified friend, and I all gave statements about the vase-throwing incident. Ma'am, did you throw an object at or near this man? Officer Patterson asked Jessica. It was an accident. I was just frustrated. That's not what the witnesses say. They all agree you threw it deliberately while making threats. This is insane. He's stealing my car. Officer Kim examined the title I provided. This vehicle is registered solely to Paul Morrison. Do you have any documentation showing ownership? We were together. It's community property. You're not married. There's no community property. If you don't leave these premises and cease harassing Mr. Morrison, you'll be arrested for assault and trespassing. Jessica's face went red. Fine, but this isn't over, Paul. I know people. You'll regret this. Ma'am, that sounds like a threat, Officer Patterson said sternly. I'd advise you to leave now before this situation worsens. The following week, I filed for a restraining order. At the courthouse, I presented all my evidence. The texts, the video from Mike, Mrs. Rodriguez's statement, and the police report from the vase incident. The judge, a no-nonsense woman named Judge Martinez, reviewed everything carefully. Miss Brennan, she addressed Jessica, do you dispute any of these facts? Jessica's court-appointed advisor whispered to her, and she reluctantly shook her head. No, Your Honor. Then I'm granting the restraining order. You are to have no contact with Mr. Morrison. You are also ordered to complete an anger management program. Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor, Jessica mumbled. Outside the courtroom, Jessica approached me one last time, ignoring her advisor's protests. Paul, please, can't we just talk about this like adults? We're done talking, Jessica. The judge said no contact. That includes this conversation. I'm sorry about the vase. I really am. I was just so angry and hurt. Can't you forgive me? No, I can't and I won't. You tried to steal from me, you lied about me, and you assaulted me. Those aren't things I forgive. Everyone makes mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. This was a pattern of manipulation and entitlement. Go work on yourself. Stay away from me. Her eyes filled with tears. So that's it? 8 months mean nothing to you? They meant something until you showed me who you really are. Now they mean nothing. She opened her mouth to argue, but her advisor pulled her away. Miss Brennan, you're violating the restraining order right now. We need to go. As I watched them leave, Marcus walked up beside me. You good, man? Yeah, I'm good. It's finally over. Your car's still yours. Your apartment's still yours. And she's out of your life. I'd call that a win. Mike joined us, slapping me on the back. Proud of you, brother. You stood your ground. Thanks for having my back, both of you. That's what we're here for, Marcus said. Now let's go celebrate. I'm thinking steaks. In my car? I grinned. In your car. The one that was never hers, will never be hers, and that you get to drive forever without worrying about some entitled ex trying to steal it. Later that evening, we sat at a steakhouse booth. Mike raised his glass to Paul for not backing down when someone tried to take what was his. To standing your ground, Marcus added. Not everyone has the guts to fight back the right way. I almost didn't, I admitted. Part of me wanted to just let her take it to avoid the drama. That's what people like her count on, Mike said. They bet on you being too tired or too scared to fight. Well, she bet wrong, I replied. And now she's got a record and mandatory anger management classes, Marcus laughed. Justice served with a side of irony. She tried to claim abuse, ended up being charged with assault. The truth always comes out, I said. It just takes time and documentation. And witnesses who have your back, Mike added. Never underestimate the power of having good people around you. As we walked to the parking lot, I felt lighter than I had in months. My Honda sat right where I'd parked it, title in my name, fully mine. Sometimes people think they can take what doesn't belong to them. They think they're entitled to things just because they want them. But the law doesn't work that way. Justice doesn't work that way. And I'm grateful for every person who helped me prove that. Have you ever dealt with someone who tried to claim what was rightfully yours? How did you handle it? Drop your story in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories about standing up for yourself.